Yo, buddy. It is your friendly neighborhood CTC, and as I said that I would, and I'm sorry it took me so long, I am going to do a little picture-in-picture for both Shade and Fresco for this match that took place at one of the last Future Shocks that we had. I already kind of got with you guys to explain the hat on a hat thing, but I'll be able to break it down in further detail once we watch the footage. So without further ado, we're going to start it on up. Little son of a bitch.
Goes to the table. Fresco has his size. I mean, both men looking great, tip-top physical shape.
Definitely, we got a Battle of the Giants in there today. Should be a good match.
Now, Joe DeFalco did say that this match is set for one fall, but just so the audience is clear, when it comes to a BVW Fighting Championship, the only way for this match to be won are via submission, knockout, or referee stoppage.
That's right. Knockout, tap out, or stop out. Stop out a thing, I'm making it a thing. I'll get it over.
Well, Fresco being a little peculiar about his request for this match. That's his chain. I believe he keeps around his neck for good luck.
Yeah, definitely trying to find something to do with his accoutrement.
Referee Ben Hall informing these men that each competitor is only allotted one rope break in the match. Each competitor gets only one rope break.
That's right. After that first break, the ropes can't save you. You are in it till you win it. Oh, man.
We're getting into it right now. Whoa.
Just a disrespectful slap from Fresco.
And they're getting down and dirty already.
Shade just takes him down right from the double leg, pounded on him with those hard right or left hands. Actually, I forgot. The Shade is a southpaw like me. Oh,
hard hands starting off this match. These boys came here to fight.
That's right, and Shade is taking it right to Fresco's midsection, hitting him right in the solar plexus, trying to interfere with Fresco's breathing. Shade goes up and over.
Shoulders Fresco into the gut. Flips over, so agile, followed by a hip toss. You know, usually Fresco Maddox is more on top in the beginning of the match, but it looks like there's a switch of tide here.
Oh, no, Shade can't.
Oh, a neck breaker.
Shade obviously came to play today.
And just like that, we have our first count attempt here from referee Ben Hall.
Excuse me. So first off, I loved the fucking open. Even though you missed the big cane, it looked like he was trying to cover up on you, so it was no big deal. I really loved everything about that. That was a really good way to start. Not only that, but especially with like the rules of the fighting championship, that all came off really good.
If Fresco can't get to his feet by the count of 10, the match is over via referee stoppage.
Yeah, we've already seen Fresco Matic defeat the likes of Vinny Wasco, of the recently unretired Eli Quick.
And now, Mr. Extra DeShade. And he's going to have to put in an extra amount of effort if he wants to walk out of the FSW arena, the new BVW fighting champion. What? Shade picks him up.
Shade with a rather interesting hairstyle tonight. He looks like a troll doll.
Oh! What strength. That's
Big thumbs up on that.
Training at the Super Beast compound. Like we said, both men in tip-top physical shape, probably the best shape I've ever seen them in throughout their careers.
You got him in.
Going for a dive. Oh, he's caught with a back elbow.
You know, going on to the physical condition of these guys, I got to say, since the last time I've seen DeShade, he's lost a little bit of that thickness and that a little bit of swollenness.
Referee Ben Hall just informed both competitors you can't win the match on the outside. Another stipulation of the fighting championship. If you want to finish the match, it has to happen in the ring. There's no countouts. They can fight outside.
Oh, no, they
can win outside.
They can punish each other outside. They can hit each other with half the building from the outside, but they cannot win outside.
I think more than half the building are hearing all of these vicious strikes.
Fresco hung up in the ropes right now. Shade set up for something. Oh, no! Rope-a-dope.
Oh, man, you know, I have to admit, that was very smart of Fresco, showing off his ring awareness, whether he's inside or outside. He moved out the way. He knows he was up against some ropes for Shade to bounce off of, and Shade crashed and burned. Now the tides have changed.
Fresco on top with that double axe handle right to the sternum.
I really like the cutoff. Something that I would keep in consideration, though, and this is just an opinion. I don't think that there's anything wrong with brawling on the outside, but the fact that it was kind of a closed set, you're kind of brawling just in front of empty chairs, and that's like a thing that I don't know. Like, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I think that I would recommend against doing it if you're doing a closed set, just because of the fact that everyone can see that there's no fans in the building, but then when you see the footage from in the ring, you do have a few people that are placed in the bleachers that are interacting. So it, like I said, it's one of those things. I don't think there's a right or wrong in that. I would have probably limited the brawling to the outside just for a little bit. But outside of that, it was fine. I think that when you guys did the dive spot cutoff, that was okay because you're against the entrance, you're against the commentary table, and you're not seeing empty seats. You just see the entranceway. So maybe if this ever happens again in the future, maybe just think about where those cameras are going to be around. And then maybe having people sit in those chairs that you know that you're going to be playing around instead of so far up in the bleachers that you can't really see them. Just that way it seems like there's somebody there. But once again, there's no right or wrong in that, just an opinion.
Shade fighting from underneath with some really hard shots on Fresco.
These boys are leaving it all in the ring. Excuse me, these men are leaving it all in the ring tonight.
Oh! Fresco tossing Shade like he's Monday's laundry just all the way across the ring right there. Oh!
Straight sweeping elbow.
Really, really good placement. It seemed natural when you took him out of the corner for the Beal and then ran across to hit that Vader elbow. That was savvy stuff. I really like the way that came out.
I think Shade's out. Referee Ben Hall is starting the count right now. I don't think Shade's conscious right now. I think the point of that elbow came right down on the side of his head. Referee Ben Hall all the way to a count of 4 already. Shade makes it to his feet, but I think that's just instinct. He's on Dream Street right now, Ricky.
Definitely. I mean, I'm so invested in this match right now. I'm almost speechless just because of, the viciousness. Oh.
God, those left hands from DeShade just, Oh, here we go!
Spinning sidewalk slam. While Shade does bring the agility and creativity to this match, Fresco-Matic is overpowering him with his strength.
Referee Ben Hall starting another count.
DeShade said, Fresco, you name the place, you name the time, and I'll be there. And right now, Shade is in a place of worry. I'm not sure. He gets to his feet. Oh, no, this is a bad place to be. You should definitely be worried. This is the beginning of the end if he gets that Fresco lock.
Oh, Shade fighting out of the Fresco lock. Some hard elbows to the side of the head. But Fresco unfazed with a double axe handle to the back. Of the head. You finished my thought there for me.
Oh, what's this now? Oh, looks like he was. Oh, what a.
So with that one, I would recommend baiting the pin and then going into the submission. But also, this match doesn't have the stipulation of pinfalls. So I almost forgot that. So instead of having the confusion on that end, instead of using the Gato roll into the full Nelson with the legs, or the Fresco lock, as it were, I think that one is perfect just for like a snapmare, snatch and grab. When you use that Gato roll is kind of used specifically to get the pin in order to hook over into that one. So I would save the Gato roll into the Fresco lock for a match where you have pinfalls as a stipulation. If you don't have pinfalls as a stipulation, I would just recommend snapmare, lock it in. Just because it kind of looked like you were going for the pin, but then you didn't go for the pin, and which is understandable because there's no pinfalls in the match. But you just want to think a little bit about if there's no pinfalls in the match, don't go for a pin in order just to bait somebody into the Fresco lock. Aside from that, though, that's, like I said, I think that's more of just me being hyper critical. So grain of salt if you need to, but I just think that one you probably would be better off doing the second one instead of the first one.
Interesting way to get into his submission. I know what it's like to be in this. Would you look at Shade's shoulder blades?
He's going to snap his arms off.
Oh, and there's that one rope break. Shade used it wisely without a doubt.
Yeah.
And Fresco just can't help but show some frustration.
Well, I mean, at that point, Shade was fighting for his life. He had no choice but to rope break. It was either rope break or his arms break.
That's a very good point. Shade's main advantage has been his striking game in this match.
And if you take out his shoulders, you take out his ability to hit.
You know, I think I'm actually going to write that down for my match later.
Just remember, Ricky, if you can't strike, you can't win.
Standing room only audience came for blood tonight.
Oh man, face full of feet right there.
Shade going to the high-risk district, only one of the many districts he's been to.
Oh, Fresco with a flying, or Shade with a flying clothesline on Fresco.
There's no pinfalls. Look at Shade, realize. I mean, how can you blame him when you're in the moment?
That's right.
It was the heat of the moment.
Oh, please, no. I didn't bring my earplugs, Ricky.
Sorry, I'm Ricky Tenacious. What do you want?
You did not sing.
So, once again, it's kind of easy to get lost in the sauce. I think back to my match with Nick Bugatti in Natural Born Killers, and we had really worked out a lot of what was going on. If you called going for the pin, that's okay, but I would recommend, man, like, just avoid doing any type of thing like that. It would have read off a little bit better if you clocked that clothesline and then just popped up, count 'em, ref. Just because it's one of those things that you want to make it seem like you have a full understanding of what is happening in the match. And also, if you do something like that, it might disconnect the crowd a little bit because they're like, wait a second, why is he going for the pin? You know, and it might confuse them a little bit. So just make sure it's easy to read. And once again, if you were going off of instinct, it's a thing that happens, completely understandable. But if you're going into another one, just make sure like that you know the rules of the match and you play those rules of the match. That way everyone in the audience remembers what the rules of the match are.
And I think what Fresco wants is to keep that fighting championship. It goes back to his feet.
Oh God, the thunderous uppercut from Fresco. Oh, and the heel kick! The heel kick! Both men are down. Both men are down. This could come
Good
down
shit.
to a referee stop.
Good shit,
If
boys.
both men cannot answer the count of 10.
That means the title will not change hands.
The title will not change hand, but it does not count as an official Fresco defense either. Am I wrong on that?
Well, it would technically be a defense. However, it would just end, with no title changing hands.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if both competitors can't compete, we can't decide a winner.
Oh, I didn't know if we had championship advantage in the. Look at me. I forget the rules.
There are a lot of rules with this, and thank you so much for keeping up with it. Thank you very much for FSW for hosting this Big Valley Wrestling Fighting Championship match.
Oh! Oh, holy cow. You can hear these chops all the way in Carson City. Oh, this is a full-on Donnybrook, Ricky. Oh, and Shade slaps a taste out of his mouth.
Shade is coming back right now. What?
Oh, overhead.
Really into the ropes. This match is out of control.
Look at Fresco's eyes right now. They are glazed over. He doesn't know where the heck he is right now.
Oh, knee to the gut.
Shade setting up for something big.
No. He's gonna
Oh!
the flatliner.
So once again, guys, I know it was a little bit of miscommunication, but once again, I think that one Fresk just try to get a little bit lighter. Things do happen though, and then for Shade, I think that even though you had him right here, just try to get him just higher up in that pocket, and then you're going to be able to deliver that. It came off as desperation. Thankfully, everyone's safe, and you guys saved it as best as you could. So it definitely was not anything that stopped the momentum of things, but just I think that on the first end, Fresco, just try to get light. Second end, Shade, if you got someone that's not getting light, instead of keeping them here, position them all the way up here.
Shade can barely get to his feet.
Well, he's. I think Fresco's unconscious at this point. What a hard-hitting match this has been.
Very hard-hitting match. Without a doubt, a main event caliber match. One could say only at Big Valley Wrestling, one could say only at FSW. I say only in the Las Vegas wrestling scene.
Indeed, we are hot. We are on fire right now. This scene is blowing up. We are the wrestling mecca of the United States at this moment.
Oh no, what's this?
Oh, pump handle. Oh! Shade is just.
Fresco can barely get to his feet. These two men are literally bringing each other to the limits.
They are giving each other every bit, every ounce of whatever they have. They're giving it to each other.
They are fighting for the fighting championship. These two future stars in the Big Valley of Las Vegas.
Shade finally starting to stir. Referee Ben Hall at a count of 8 already. If Shade can't get to his feet, he's up. He's up. But Fresco waiting for him.
Here we go.
Oh! But Shade
escapes it. Oh, ducks the axe kick. What is this? What?
Oh, full Nelson bomb!
The Fresco bomb! Yes, he did.
Man, is that not the ultimate mark of disrespect to hit somebody with their own maneuver?
I think it's the ultimate mark of desperation. I'm not sure if Shade had anything left in him at that point. He saw the opportunity. He's seen the move. He said, hey, if I can lock it on, I can hit it. If I can show up, I can fight.
We're going to rewind that just a little bit to see if I can think tank something. Just a little bit.
Ropes! This This match is out of control.
Look at Fresco's eyes right now. They are glazed over. He doesn't know where the heck he is right now.
Oh, needed the gut. Oh.
Shade setting up for something big.
Oh, no. Oh, he's gonna.
Oh!
And the flatliner. Shade can barely get to his feet.
Well, he's. I think Fresco's unconscious at this point. What a hard-hitting match this has been.
Very hard-hitting match. Without a doubt, a main event caliber match. One could say only at Big Valley Wrestling. One could say only at FSW. I say only in the Las Vegas wrestling scene.
Indeed, we are hot. We are on fire right now. This scene is blowing up. We are the wrestling mecca of the United States at this moment.
Oh no, what's this?
Oh, pump handle. Oh! Shade is just.
Fresco can barely get to it. These two men are literally bringing each other to the limits.
They are giving each other every bit, every ounce of whatever they have. They're giving it to each other.
They are fighting for the fighting championship. These two future stars in the Big Valley of Las Vegas.
Shade finally starting to stir. Referee Ben Hall at a count of 8 already. If Shade can't get to his feet, he's up. He's up. But Fresco waiting for him.
Here we go.
Oh! But Shade
escapes it. Oh, ducks the axe kick. What is this? What?
Oh!
Okay, so you have Fresco's move. Now let's say the crowd is not familiar with Fresco and his moveset, and nobody knows, Shade, that you did Fresco's move to him, because if they don't know, they don't know. What you can do to let them know is that you can do a chase for that spot. So let's say Fresco gets the pump handle slam, boom, and then at that point count him, and then you start slowly coming up, and then Fresco was like, that's it, I'm gonna finish him. So then Fresco goes to hook the full Nelson with one, and then you elbow, and then you go to hit the ropes, and then you go to throw a clothesline, Shade. Fresco goes behind, finally gets the one, and then the two, and then after that, you maybe grapevine his leg on the pickup to stop it from happening. Then maybe it's a back switch, and then after the back switch, you're in a situation to where maybe you go to lift him for the German, Fresco kicks his feet, and then Fresco slides behind one more time, tries to hook for the full Nelson. You European break through your leg, spin through, then hook him, and then dump him. That's going to let everybody know that Fresco is trying to do this thing, right? And it doesn't work the first time. And then he tries to do it the second time, and it doesn't work. Then he tries to do it one more time, but then Shade, you reverse on him and then give it to him. That's going to probably help the crowd understand that you have the move scouted. Now, in theory, what you did, because I know your guys' movesets. So, Fresco, you're going for your gutbuster here. So the float through into the sunset flip, into the rollover, into Shade hitting the Fresco bomb. I know that. There's other people that know that, but when you're thinking about entertaining an audience that does not know who you are, which in my opinion, at the level that we're all at, we have to treat almost everybody as if they don't know who we are. Everyone knows that if The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin have a match, and if The Rock hits Stone Cold with the stunner, everyone's going to know that because they have the benefit and the platform of national fucking television. We do not have that platform. And not only that, but chase spots are really fun. And once again, that's not something that I think people really know how to build and orchestrate. what you guys did was not wrong. If anything, what you guys did for a local crowd would have gotten a pop for people who are in the know. But imagine how many people might be seeing you for the very first time. At our level, that's something that we have to take in consideration with almost every match that we have. Like I said, nothing wrong, but I think you could have gotten a little bit more mileage out of that one.
Oh, Nelson bomb!
The Fresco bomb! Yes, he did.
Man, is that not the ultimate mark of disrespect to hit somebody with...
Also, think about the commentators. So the commentators are there to help you, right? But let's say that you did the scenario that I'm thinking about. Oh, if Fresco hits this full Nelson, we know Fresco bomb is coming up. Nope, Shade reverses. Shade hits the ropes, goes for a clothesline. Fresco goes underneath. He finally has both hooks in. Now all of a sudden, oh no, Shade's able to reverse it again. He's going for a German suplex, wiggling free. Oh, this one's got to be it. Shade, nope, loop, swoop, pull, and then all of a sudden, what the? Shade hit Fresco-Matic with his own move. That's what we're talking about. And you're building that tick, 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 with the roller coaster right before it goes on for the ride. So, like I said, what you guys did wasn't wrong, but I think that you could have made it a little bit more titillating, if that's the right word to use. And it's also fun to say tit.
Their own maneuver.
I think it's the ultimate mark of desperation. I'm not sure if Shade had anything left in him at that point. He saw the opportunity. He's seen the move. He said, hey, if I can lock it on, I can hit it. If I can show up, I can fight. If I can stand up, I can win the fighting championship. These two men are leaving it all in the ring.
Fresco is crawling for his life right now, trying to use those ropes like a ladder to get to his head. He's back on his feet. Oh.
This is rather uncharacteristic.
Oh, and Shade with a boot to the face.
And now, wait a minute. Shade looking to...
Oh, Shade's got the chain.
Oh, but referee Ben Hall stopped. You can't use weapons in a BVW match, in a BVW fighting championship match.
Oh, Fresco with a harlot. What? I think he... Oh, face full of the exposed turnbuckle.
Oh no, Shade's mouth. We know going into this, Shade had just recently recovered from a terrible injury to the mouth.
I mean, he was wearing that protective mouthpiece.
What? Oh, that's it. Ring the bell.
So, once again, I feel like you guys kind of did two finishes in one, hat on a hat. So, you have the tease with the chain, the kick out of the hand, he has the chain, that gets stopped, referee goes to throw, and then if I think Fresco, if you would have just punched him right in the mouth there, and Shade, if you would have sold that to the face the same way that you did with the buckle, the match would have been fine right there. And then in the next match, you could have done the turnbuckle. I think that it was two finishes at once. So let's see real quick, too.
Rather uncharacteristic.
Oh, and Shade with a boot to the face.
And now, wait a minute. Shade looking to...
Oh, Shade's got the chain.
Oh, but referee Ben Hall stopped. You can't use weapons in a BVW match, in a BVW fighting championship match.
Oh, Fresco with a harlot. What? I think he... Oh!
Also, at that point, Ben is the amount of time it takes for Ben to take the chain away from Shade to then get rid of it. You only have a small window of time in order for you to cheat. Ben saw the illegal move directly into the turnbuckle. And that's one of those things, like also burying your referee. You know, you want to make sure that it's blind. I really, really firmly believe if you would have just wrapped the chain around your hand, busted him in the fucking face, and then Shade sells his mouth, Ben turns around, doesn't see what happens, it's like, hey guys, this match has to be called. You could have saved the turnbuckle spot for a different match. So, once again, in real life, if somebody gets hit in the head with a pair of brass knuckles, you know, they're probably not going to need to have anything else happen to them. they're probably going to be out cold. So just keep that in consideration. Outside of that, there was some really, really, really fun elements in this match. But just think about, sometimes all you need to do is just one thing. It doesn't have to be one, two, or then even three things. Just the one shot in the fucking mouth with that chain could have been enough to stop the match. But guys, there was a lot of fun in there, and thank you very, very kindly for giving me the opportunity to try to help, and I'm very thankful. So I hope you guys have a killer day, and we'll get this to you as soon as humanly possible. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.